Hi, everybody. I am Dr. Kelly, and this is our welcome video for our spring semester course, New Testament History and Religion. And I am really excited to begin this journey through the writings of the New Testament with you. And as you can see, I got my Point Loma shirt on to celebrate the beginning of our kind of unusual semester. But the purpose of this little video is just to give you an overall introduction to the course. So I hope you'll watch it. And I want to start off by saying in a moment, I'll be sharing the screen to bring up the syllabus and our Canvas page for the course. So I just want to say, first and foremost, as you try to figure out what's going on in this course, go to our Canvas site for the course. And the two places you want to pay attention to the most are under the syllabus tab, or under the modules. That's where you'll see everything that you need to know for this class. So let me begin with this. This is probably the most important thing. I know there's a lot of confusion around what we're doing this semester and how. So here it is right from the beginning, okay? Eventually, we will meet together on campus inside of a classroom every week for this course. However, we will not begin that way. The course will begin fully online, and we will continue fully online with some synchronous online Zoom class meetings and so forth until the day comes when the announcement is made, okay, we're moving to face-to-face classes on campus inside a classroom. And then we'll talk about how we're adjusting. But for now, okay, this class is fully online, and it is a mixture of independent work that you'll do asynchronously and then some online live Zoom synchronous class sessions during our allotted time slot. Okay, so I want to make sure everybody's clear on that from the beginning. Now, before I pull up the Canvas page and go through some of the details real quick, what is this course? New Testament History and Religion. Basically, this is our introduction to the New Testament. What is this collection of writings that appears in the Bible that we call the New Testament? And so you'll see as we get into it, and I want to just say this right at the beginning, this course does not assume any prior knowledge of the New Testament. So maybe you grew up in church, maybe you went to a Christian school, maybe you've read and studied New Testament. That's great. That's great. But maybe you didn't do any of those things. Maybe you don't come from a Christian background. Maybe you have never even opened the Bible, whatever. That's totally fine. Okay. This course doesn't assume any prior knowledge. All right. We don't take anything for granted. And so that's the approach of the class, is try to start fresh and ask the question, what is the New Testament? Where did it come from? How did we get it? And how should we read it? And why does it matter? Right? That's what this course is. So with that said, let me go ahead and share the screen. And I'm going to take us to our Canvas site for the class. So hopefully by now everybody has kind of found this and you know where you're looking and all that. But this is our Canvas site for the course. And so right here on the front page is most of the important information. We're again just highlighting that here's the introduction, kind of the description of what this course is. It's an introduction to the New Testament and how to study it. And we'll talk more about that as we go along. Here's a link to the syllabus. There's also a link to the syllabus on the side right over here. Okay, so if you click that or the other link, it'll take you here. You can click that and it'll bring you right to the course syllabus as soon as it loads here. Being kind of slow loading. Okay, here we go. Yes, online COVID. There we are. But anyway, whenever it does finally come up, there it is. You'll see the syllabus that has everything inside of it. So feel free to look at that as well. But I want to take you back to the front page of the Canvas site because it's got most of the important stuff on there. And particularly, I want to note, here's my note about our format for the spring semester. So again, remember, that eventually we hope to be meeting on campus inside a classroom face-to-face. But for now, we're going to start fully online. So the way that's going to work is starting on March 1st, the very first day, the very first week of the spring semester, you're going to have assignments to do independently on Canvas. But then notice we will also have live Zoom online class sessions. Now, Here's the details on those. You can see it right here on the front page. Okay. In order to avoid overloading you with Zoom fatigue, until we can begin to meet face-to-face on campus, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have live Zoom class only on Wednesday and only every other Wednesday. Okay, you with me? Only on Wednesdays and only every other Wednesday. So every 2 weeks, we'll meet live on Zoom on Wednesdays, and it'll occur at our time, which is 8:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. California time. Okay, 8:15 to 9:30 California time. All right, those will be our classes. So again, it's our first one is Wednesday, March 3rd, not meeting on Mondays, just Wednesdays. And here you can see the dates. It's every other Wednesday. So Wednesday, March 3rd. Then the next one will be Wednesday, March 17th. So 2 weeks later, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so that's the most important. Now, the moment they say, hey, we can start meeting on campus in a classroom, we'll change this up. Okay, but for now, this is the plan until we can begin meeting on campus. Okay, with that said, the most important thing besides the syllabus is the modules. So I'm going to click the modules tab and take you over to the modules, and we're going to talk about what you need to do for this course. Actually, you know what? Let me back up to the syllabus for a second. The reason I think it's easier just to see at the syllabus kind of all at once. So here are the assignments for this class. Okay, so I want to talk through a couple of things that appear on the syllabus here. So again, just waiting for it to load. Okay, here we go. All right. So you can see my information is at the top there. You can contact me anytime via email. Happy to respond. I'm also happy to set up one-on-one Zoom meetings or anything like that if you need extra help, or if you just want to talk about stuff that's kind of interesting to you in some way. Now, again, notice there at the top, you can see the online work, independent work begins right away March 1st, but then our first class session is Wednesday, March 3rd, 8:15 a.m. on Zoom, California time. And here again is that format. Okay, going to the second page, you can see various things on here that we'll talk about in class, but essentially you can see here the course description. I keep going past it, sorry. The course description, again, within the context of Christian origins. This is an overview of the canonical literature of the New Testament, with special attention to its literary history and theological themes. And there's more there that you can read. You can see the course learning outcomes, but I particularly want to call your attention to the course text. There is one required textbook for this class. It is the New Interpreter's Study Bible. Make sure you get this and get it right away. I realize that many of you probably have a Bible, but you do need to get this particular Bible for this course. And that's because it's not just a Bible. It's a combination Bible and textbook. So it's got inside of it articles, essays, all kinds of things that we will use as kind of our main textbook for the class to go along with the Bible translation that is inside it. So make sure you get your hands on the New Interpreter's Study Bible right away and be ready to use it right away in the first week. Okay, course requirements then. You can see the class participation and attendance. Keep in mind when we do have our live synchronous Zoom sessions on those Wednesdays, attendance is required. It will be taken. It counts, all of that. So there you can read up on that. Readings, a lot of reading in this class. Obviously, it's a literature class, just the literature of the New Testament. You'll want to keep up with that. And most of the quizzes come from those readings. Here's the meat of it, though. Okay, the weekly assignment. Every week in this class, you basically have a couple of things to do. And you can see this right here on this page of the syllabus. So here it is, weekly reading postings, and then responses on Canvas. So each week, you're going to have assigned readings from the New Interpreter's Study Bible and sometimes from other sources online. And each week on Canvas, you're going to post two things. By each Sunday at 11:59 p.m. California time. Okay, so at the end of the week, right? By Sunday, 11:59 p.m. California time, you're going to post 3 observations that you have made from the readings that week. Okay, not 3 for each reading, just 3 from the overall batch of readings for the week, about 400 words total. Okay, and what you're looking for is to pull out 3 points or 3 statements or 3 things in the readings that you observed that you thought were interesting in some way. And then notice that second point, explain briefly for each one of those observations why you thought it was significant. Okay, so that's what you're going to do, and make it easy for me to see, right? Label them number 1, number 2, number 3. Make sure you got 3 observations from the week's reading. Now, look at that note that's there in italics. If there are Bible passages assigned, so not just essays, but if there's Bible passages assigned, then one of your 3 observations has to come from the Bible passages, unless there aren't any assigned. Okay, so make a note of that so you don't miss it. All right, if there's Bible passages assigned, one of your 3 observations has to be an observation you got from reading the Bible passage, not just the articles or essays or videos or whatever. Okay, so each week you might watch a lecture video of mine, or you might have various readings or whatever, and then you're going to post 3 observations, okay, and why they're significant by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Then notice by the next Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. California time, so a couple days later, you're going to go back and you're going to post 2 responses to 2 classmates' observations. Okay, so you just post 1 response to each classmate, right? So for a total of 2 responses to 2 different classmates. Okay, and I give you some ideas on what to post there. Thoughtfully engage what they posted, maybe offer some responses, or ask them a question, or even add to what they observed, something like that. Okay, so there it is. Every week by Sunday, 11:59 p.m. California time, you're posting your 3 observations. Don't forget, one of them has to be from a Bible passage if Bible passages were assigned. And then by the following Tuesday at 11:59 p.m., you're going back and posting responses to 2 classmates' observations. Okay, that's the main thing you're doing each and every week, along with the readings and lecture videos in the class. All right, number 4 there, in addition to that, there are some quizzes, what I like to call celebrations of learning. They are not, after all, quizzes. They are chances for you to celebrate that which you are learning in this class. Okay, well, I'm trying. But anyway, quizzes, reading quizzes or celebrations of learning, there are a few of these sprinkled out every other week or 2 weeks or so. And you'll see those and you'll take them on Canvas. Okay, you'll see them in the modules and on the schedule and on the syllabus schedule that we'll see in a moment. Okay, and then there is number 5, there is a final celebration of learning, a final exam that will come up at the end of the course. Okay, so that's basically it. Every week you've got a lecture video, readings, that kind of stuff, and you're going to post your 3 observations, and then you're going to go back and post 2 responses to 2 classmates. And then if there's a quiz or a celebration of learning that week, you're going to take it. That's what it's going to look like each and every week throughout the class. Okay, and again, some of those Wednesdays we'll be meeting live, but some we won't. All right, I do want to mention to you, notice on the top of page 4 in the syllabus, there is an optional extra credit paper if you want it. So take a look at that. It's there for you. You can see that it's due on Wednesday, May 19th. But just take a look at that. Know that it's there if you want, and we'll talk more about that perhaps later on as we go. Okay, the rest of the syllabus has some use of technology, some various things like that. In it, you can see on here on the top of page 5, bottom, middle of page 5, there's the grading. There's how many points everything is worth. So you can notice and figure out your grade. Attendance policy again. Okay, note the late work policy, very important. Okay, it's important that you not turn stuff in late and lose points for it. Notice the grace period. If you miss an assignment, you have up to 1 week after the original due date to get the assignment in for half credit. After 1 week, you can't get any credit for it at all. Okay, that's the grace period. Except for on extra credit assignments, they have to be turned in on time. Notice also the statement on inclusive language. I want to make sure we use inclusive language there. So you can see that. Make sure you use that in your writings. All right, and there's a couple other things, academic honesty and also accommodations. But then, as you can see, you're starting about the middle of page 7 and on down is the week by week course schedule. And this is what is in the modules as well. Okay, so you can see when we're supposed to have an online meeting, it's there, what you're supposed to do each week, and then the 2 Canvas assignments. And if there's any quiz, any celebration of learning, it'll be there as well. Okay, that's the rest of the syllabus. So you can take a look at that. Let me wrap this up by going over now to the modules. This is obviously the place on Canvas you want to keep working through every week. If you've been here before, you already know how this works. But I'll just give you one quick example. So notice on module 1, weeks 1 to 3, but week 1. So week 1, we're doing starting points and why study the New Testament, you'll see right away, oh, there's an online live Zoom class meeting. When is it? Wednesday, March 3rd at 8:15. So when it comes time for that, you're just going to click this. And when the internet works, here's the link to join the class session that morning. Okay, so then if we go back to that module page for a second, okay, you can see week 1 overview. Here's where you're going to find the things you need to watch, the things you need to read, the lecture video, whatever for that week. Okay, so here it is. Here's my lecture video to watch. Oh, oops, I just started it. Sorry about that. Oh, look, I'm on the screen. That's so weird. Okay, anyway, and then you can see your reading assignment from the New Interpreter Study Bible, another video that you link to, etc. So anything you're supposed to be reading, watching. Oh, I did it again. Man, sorry. Anyway, it'll be under there. Okay, and then again, just showing you an example here. I'm assuming you probably know this, but here then under week 1, reading, postings, and responses to 2 classmates. Notice there's no quiz, there's no celebration of learning in week 1, so that's not there. There is one down here in week 2, see? But then if you hit on that, boom, there you go. And this is right where you'll put in your 3 reading observations by this, for example, Sunday, March 7th by 11:59, and then come back by Tuesday and make sure you posted 2 responses to the observations of 2 classmates. Okay, so we roll through it just like that. So again, I'm really excited to be jumping into this journey with you. Hopefully we'll get the chance to hang out together and listen to my favorite band in the world, U2, as we get into the semester, and we'll get to be face to face, maybe. But we're gonna make the best of it. So until then, if you have any questions, anything at all comes up, send me an email. I'm happy to talk to you, correspond with you, meet with you, whatever. Get your New Interpreter Study Bible. Be ready to go right away with the readings, the lecture videos, the assignments for week 1 on March 1st. And then I will see you live online on Zoom on Wednesday, March the 3rd at 8:15 a.m. California time. Okay, let's begin this fun journey through this collection of early Christian writings that we call the New Testament, and hopefully have a lot of fun doing it. So until then, shalom, everybody.